Grade 8 Math number 4.1c represent linear relationships using graphs with a negative slope. A linear equation is an equation whose solutions are ordered pairs, like x and y, that make a line when they're graphed on a coordinate plane. They can be written in the form y equals mx plus b. When b doesn't equal 0, the relationship between x and y are non-proportional, and the line doesn't go through the origin. When x and y are proportional, the line does go through the origin, 0, 0, where the x and y axis cross each other. And both proportional and non-proportional relationships can have a constant rate of change. We can look at two tables and tell if they're proportional or non-proportional. Proportional go through 0, 0, the origin. Look at that. Here it is, right here. And the non-proportionals don't. Look at it says 0, 1. That's not a 0, 0. So you can just look at the table and tell if it's going to be proportional or non-proportional. See that? Just by the 0, 0 there. We've got our equation y equals mx plus b. When m in the equation is a negative number, our line is going to fall to the right. It's going to be a negative slope. Look at that. We've got a negative 2 here. We know right away our line is going to go in this direction. If it were a positive number right here for m, it would go up in this direction. See? It'd be a positive slope. So we've got y equals negative 2x plus 1, and we can make a table from this information, from the equation. We've got y equals negative 2x plus 1, so that means 3. This 3 is equal to negative 2 times negative 1 plus the 1, and this 1 is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 1, and this negative 1 is negative 2 times 1 plus 1, and this negative 3 is a negative 2 times 2 plus 1. See? And we know we can make the table going vertically this way, my favorite way, because you can see the xy coordinates very easily. And just remember that P1 and P2 is 0.1 and 0.2 when we go to graph them, and when we figure out the slope formula, okay? So here we've got our graph, and I plotted these points that were in this table, and it went in this direction, of course, because it's got a negative slope. It's a negative 2, see? And we can see that it's going down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the rise, over 1, 2, 3 for the run, and it's negative 6 over 3. And when we do the slope formula, we have our two xy coordinates here, and we subtract negative 3, take away 3, and we get a negative 6. Because remember, we add the opposite. And we have a 2 minus a 1, and we add the opposite. So we get a 3. We got a negative 6 over 3. That gives us a negative 2. Our slope is negative 2, just like the equation said it was. And our line isn't going through 0, 0, is it? It's off. So it's not proportional. It's a straight line, so it's linear, but it's not proportional. So you got to remember this negative slope goes this way, and the positive slope goes this way. I made it on my big board. You can see this line is going through the 0, 0, so it is proportional, and it's going up to the right, so it's positive and proportional. This one is falling to the right, and it's non-proportional because it's not going through the 0, 0. It hit the y-axis at the 4. That was its y-intercept, right at the 4 right there. And if it continues on, it's going to hit the x down over here, isn't it? So that's not 0, 0. That's not proportional. So that's a negative slope for linear relationships using graphs. We're going to talk about that y-intercept coming up in our next unit, okay? Stick with me. You'll be fine, and you're going to know all of this stuff, okay? I'll see you next video. Bye.